Fantastic. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Si, senor.
Hello, and welcome to episode 13 of the TCP podcast. You got your host, Mackie, here, and tonight I'm joined by...
Old
Hello.
man Cam. I took your spot.
No, you're good. You're good. Sliding in third is Phil. What's up?
And last and least, this is Kaiser.
What the
Alrighty. Well, tonight I want to start us out with a very unfortunate Pokemon trading card game incident, and I want your guys' thoughts on it. So, this does have to deal with one of my students, and he is underage, so I can't say his name, but I don't know if you guys have heard the craziness of the Elite Trainer boxes for
Yes.
Hidden Fates.
I have not.
So the brand new set of Pokemon cards is probably the best set that they've come out with in years.
Okay.
It's got shiny Pokemon. It's got full art shiny Pokemon. It's
Ooh.
got full art trainer Pokemon cards that are worth like hundreds of dollars. And then there is a shiny Charizard that, when graded, has sold on eBay for upwards of 10 grand.
Oh,
Wow.
So everyone is racing to try and pull one of these shiny Charizards, and a lot of people have already.
Okay.
Well-
Doesn't that devalue them?
It does. So we'll get into that in just a minute. So I was talking about it in class, and you guys know I'm a nerd. So we were talking about it, and I was, I pulled up that article, and I was like, yo, that card sold for 10 grand. So one of my students was like, you mean I can get $10,000 for a Pokemon card? Okay, let's go. So he and a buddy of his, they're both collectors of a myriad of different things. They went
Okay.
to Best Buy and bought 4 of the Elite Trainer boxes, which cost $50.
Oh,
pretty
man.
penny?
So each of these boxes cost $50. They come with 10 packs of the Hidden Fates Pokemon. Cam's face.
Whew, okay.
And they come
Continue.
with a special mosaic print trio of birds card that looks 3D when you hold it. It's beautiful. However, these gentlemen brought these boxes to my classroom
Oh, no.
to open them.
Oh,
And because they wanted me to, take a look at the cards, and I know the value of many of them, not all of them, but, we got TCG Player to pull up just to take a look, So these guys brought these 4 boxes, and they're super excited, and, they're high schoolers, which is awesome. Like, it's great to see high schoolers excited about something other than Fortnite. So, they brought the boxes in, and before we get into that, you are guaranteed minimum 1 GX card and 1 shiny Pokemon card in each box.
Okay.
They open up the first box in haste, tear it open, plastic everywhere, and they get through all 10 packs, nothing.
Not a shiny or a GX.
No shiny, no GX. Okay. Must have just been a bad box. Let's tear open the second one. Tear it open. We got 1 shiny, 1 GX Wigglytuff, which the card is worth a grand total of $2. No shiny Pokemon. And they noticed something odd. They said, well, wait a minute. Where are the promo trio bird cards? And so me, being naive, said, oh, you guys are opening up these in haste. They're probably in the pile of plastic somewhere or wrappers somewhere. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Oh,
So
no.
they're like, all right, yeah, no problem. Open up the third Elite Trainer box. 1 GX Wigglytuff.
Oh.
And then I notice, wait a minute. None of these boxes have had the promo mosaic bird trio card. And wait a minute. That 4th box has a different kind of plastic around it than the one that I got.
Oh, no.
No way.
So I pick up the cellophane wrapper from the other 3 and I say, guys, someone messed with these.
They got rewrapped.
Someone
no.
opened them up, pulled out the goodies, repackaged them, resealed them, recellophaned them even, and returned them to Best Buy.
Oh, wow.
And my students bought 4 of them. Now that's, like we mentioned, $200. They did not open the 4th box, but you could see the heartbreak.
Oh my gosh.
Just
dude.
straight up defeat in these kids. And I'm sitting there like a dork with my binder from 2 legit Elite Trainer boxes.
Oh.
And I've got shiny Pokemon and I've got GX Pokemon, and I'm like, yeah guys, I pulled a hyper rare bird trio card that's worth like $70. And they were like, I hope we get that one. Bruh, they pulled 2 GX Wigglytuffs.
That's miserable.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt.
So they're gonna try and take them back, and I'll have to update you guys on the story. But what kind of mentality you gotta have to re-cellophane some Pokemon cards?
So, on that front, sir, I will tell you, that is a deep, dark world.
Yeah.
I know people who used to buy boxes, open them, weigh the cards to see if the foil, because foil cards used to weigh different,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and they would weigh them. If your pack weighed a certain amount, they'd take that pack out, insert a trash pack back into the box, return it, saying that someone else bought the pack using their card. Stores would take it back. Stores would either rewrap it or they would rewrap it at home. And
Wow.
that would be that. And all the good cards would be out of that box. And then they would take that store credit that store gave them, go grab a new box,
And buy new ones, yeah.
do the same thing. Now,
That's crazy.
Jeez.
That's
you
a-
can
that's a
make
deep,
you can
dark
make some
world.
serious money off of those cards.
Yeah.
It is a terrible world, but one card out that pack sells for $70. You made $20 on a pack you don't even need anymore.
That's the thing. And I guess my thing, I feel bad buying them in the first place because I'm a grown man and, like some
Hey,
little
you earned
kid.
that money. You spend it how you want.
Hey.
Right?
But appreciate that. So, but I feel bad because it's like, some kid's gonna come looking for this trainer box that he heard about on the playground, and Mackey's walking out of the Walmart with one of them underneath his arm.
I mean,
But
he got his parents to take him to Walmart sooner.
that's right. But
Never know.
That's crazy.
but yeah, it's
That's
just
so crazy.
it's a crazy world we live in, and like I just couldn't believe it, so I had to share that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's a fun one to get us off of the sadness. Untitled Goose Game
Oh goodness.
is number 1 on the eShop right now. And this is a $15?
Yeah, I think it's $15.
$15.
It was 12 the first week.
That's right. So $15
I have to look at this.
indie game about being a goose, and it's a stealth puzzler. So as much of a stealth puzzler as you can be as a goose, but literally you play the game and you have like task lists in every world you go into, and you're a goose, so you're kind of a jerk. And you do all sorts of crazy things. So, have any of you guys played it?
I haven't.
No.
I have not yet played it. I do plan on getting it though.
I'm currently looking at pictures of it, and this just looks weird. What is this?
Now I will say that if it goes on sale, I'm definitely getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Because and the only reason I say that is because it can be beaten very quickly. Now I understand that in order to beat it quickly, you kind of have to know what you're doing,
Mhm.
but the fact that it can be beaten quickly, just
Helps it out.
it, well, I'll put it like this: like the third day this game was out, people were speed running it in 4 minutes.
4
Jesus.
minutes.
That's
4 minutes.
That's not a quick game. Wow.
Well,
That's something else.
but again, you have to know what you're doing in order to speed run.
Yeah.
Like you have to know
Yeah.
the game pretty well.
I still
Right.
want a
You have
speed
to-
run to take
because it's a puzzle game. Like it's figuring out how to do the objectives with what you're given in the world, and there's multiple ways of doing things. It's not really spoilers because it's in the first area, but for instance, the first area there's a gardener in his garden, and the gate's locked, so you have to get him to come out so that you can go into the garden. And
It's
like
it sounds so ludicrous.
right, and one of the objectives is get the gardener wet. Like that's what the objective says. So I've seen it where someone picked up one of the gardener's items and just ran back into the pond so that the gardener had to wade through the pond to get to him.
That's what I've seen.
But I've also seen one where there's a sprinkler in the garden that if the gardener's at the sprinkler, like in that area, you can turn on the sprinkler from outside and get the gardener wet that way. So, multiple ways to figure out these things out. But it looks fun. It looks like a really fun puzzler, but it looks like one of those that me and my wife will complete in like a day or something, a few hours.
Yeah, from what I've heard, if you like really take your time with it, it's about 3.5, 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Which, for a stealth puzzler about a goose.
Indie stealth puzzler.
Oh, yeah,
How
for
much
sure.
is it?
It's about $15.
15?
15.
Now, Kaiser, you're awful quiet here. Have you even heard of this game?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I saw it on the shop, and I heard about it. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, or a couple podcasts ago.
Did we really?
It just like came up as like one of the games that was coming up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but we didn't know anything about it. It's Untitled Goose game. It sounds like it's not planned for, right? So I didn't know it was coming out already. But I have a Switch now. I did not buy the game.
Yay.
But yeah, I wasn't going to. It just reminds me of Goat Simulator in a way. I didn't know that there's actual structure to it, so I might give it a try.
It's an action stealth puzzler.
Yeah.
That's basically the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
See, from how you're talking about it, it sounds like Hello Neighbor to me.
Hello, Nate.
It's
Well, just
it's
with the way
less-
that you have to get you have to get whoever to move how you need them to move.
So it's not so much like someone is searching for you. It's more so like task oriented, like Cam said, get the gardener out of the garden. So you can like honk at him in order for him to like open the gate, and then he'll like chase you, and you can get in the pond, and you're like 4 times faster in the pond. And then you can like do a little loop, and then the gardener like walks away, and then you get into the garden. So it's not so much like someone's chasing you.
Like one of the objectives is lock the gardener out of the garden, which how do you do that? Like you can't
Some of those
just
pictures.
do it. You got to figure it out.
I was looking. I'm gonna have to watch somebody play this.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are Twitch streaming it, and like Cam said, you can you could probably beat it in an hour and a half or so.
Yes. I know this is off the beaten topic path here, but it just reminded me of a game that I wanted to talk about when it first came out. I think it came out right before Untitled Goose Game. Called Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody heard of this game?
Oh yeah.
Hearts.
No?
That I don't think so.
So Apple actually advertised it as one of their Apple Arcade games.
They did. It looks amazing. The soundtrack. So basically, do you guys know who Annapurna Studios is?
Mm-hmm.
They make movies and weird game movies, and most of their games honestly are not very good. But
Yeah. I
I'm
wasn't
gonna be
going to
real
say
with you.
that,
They're just
but
they're good concepts, but bad games. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Sayonara Wild Hearts is like an action rail game. Think Thumper or Rez, like that. But it's a long kind of music video game. Like every stage is based around a song. That's an actual soundtrack. You can go on Spotify and look up the Sayonara Wild Hearts soundtrack, and it kind of slaps. It kind of slaps, especially after I sat down one day, because you can beat the game in an hour.
Mhm.
All right, because it's like I said, it's one long soundtrack, and I watched it, and it might be the best anime never made.
Oh,
So if you're bored, you got an hour to kill, sit down, just go on Twitch, find someone who streamed it, who has a video of it, like a full playthrough, and just watch it. Or go on YouTube and just watch it, because it's kind of dope. And I don't know if I'll ever get it,
Mhm.
just because I get everything I need to out of just watching people play it while the soundtrack is bumping. But I knew I was going to enjoy the soundtrack when I saw the trailer for it. They play it's one of the boss themes. It's called Mine. It's the name of the song, but it's fire. And yeah, that's all I need to say about that. Indie power.
I'll leave it up here to watch.
Yeah, there you go. Cam,
What's up?
we still need to determine your Pokemon personality.
Yes, we do.
And I know we're just pulling things out of left field tonight.
Mm.
I should have segued into the Pokemon personality after we talked about Pokemon cards.
nah, that doesn't make too much sense. I think we just jump into it now.
Nope.
This is like a
Nope.
ladder with rungs that have been built outside of the ladder.
I mean,
But
you
that's
got to
just-
stretch a
hold
little,
on.
but it's there.
That's a good concept. Might look into that.
You're
I
gonna fall.
just hold on. I just realized. Oh wait. No, we're good. Never mind.
Did you think you weren't recording?
I thought I wasn't recording my voice,
Oh,
but I am. We are. We're good.
all right,
It's-
good.
We're fine.
So your Pokemon personality, we're gonna go around the group. Phil, we're gonna start with you because I know you
Oh.
had it pegged. You said,
I
Then we're
have
gonna
I have
go
a
Kaiser.
guy.
and
I don't
then I'll give my opinion, and then Cam, you can choose who you think your Pokemon personality is.
This Kaiser not get a pick?
No, yeah, it's Phil, Kaiser, me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I'm feeling good about my guy.
Okay.
Feeling comfortable.
Don't make me some.
Now hold on, because I like my guy. So hold on. You may
Okay.
now my pick and the first Pokemon that popped when we started talking about this was honestly Ludicolo.
Okay.
Wait,
Go on.
yeah.
Go on.
Versatile, musically gifted, very enjoyable, very relaxed personality, very easy to get along with everybody.
Okay.
Ludicolo. I figure it's a pretty accurate, pretty close, guy. I like
You
it.
also get bonus points because it's a grass type, and I love grass
Hey,
types.
see, versatility, grass and water. He could do more.
All right. I'm okay with that. I'm okay
See,
with that.
I thought he was all right. I like this fit.
Now, question: have you seen Detective Pikachu?
Yes, I have seen Detective Pikachu.
That's what I thought of when Phil said Ludicolo.
That's why I did too. That's why I hesitated for a second there. I was like,
I
Can we
went
get
to the
another
show.
round over
I
here?
went to the anime, not the
Okay,
movie.
okay.
That was a rough Ludicolo.
Fair enough. I mean, but the anime's not clean because you've got Malamar.
Malamar's terrifying.
Malamar.
That Malamar was terrifying. I was like, oh my Jesus, what?
It's horrible.
This dude is here to destroy us all.
Ugh. Kaiser, you're up.
You know me. I'm very. I follow Pokemon real close. So close, maybe I
You
can't
got
even
over
see,
800 to choose.
see the scope. of all the Pokemon because I'm so close following it. It's just kind of blurry. It's how close it is. But I'm gonna have to go with Rattata.
Oh. Let's get some more. Let's get some juice out of that.
We need an explanation.
Get some juice.
You can't just drop a Rattata and go. Like you gotta have some sauce for that.
I feel like Rattata, it
Go on. My man sound like he's writing his paper 15 minutes before class starts.
Yeah. Rattata is purple. And Cam and I met. I think all of us met at the movie theater.
This is getting worse.
Right? And Regal's big color theme for most of its buildings back when they were built was purple. Purple countertops. They had purple neon. Purple on the carpets. It's just very purple. And so when I met Cam, we were just surrounded by purple. Rattata is purple. I've seen Cam wear a purple shirt or two.
Like the one I have on right now?
Like the one he has on right now. I couldn't tell if that was purple just with the way I have the screen set up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing a train wreck.
Yes.
So,
Kaiser.
I've never seen
Kaiser,
one man dual wheel shovels.
Also, Rattata is very musically gifted.
What? No, he's not.
That's all I have. Rattata's purple. Associate Cam with purple.
Okay.
All right.
There's a lot more cool purple Pokemon than Rattata.
I'm not gonna lie. Off the top of my head, I got Rattata, Pikachu, Meowth.
Bro, you didn't go with Pikachu?
That's what I was like. Well, you could have gone Pikachu.
That's the three I could think of. Rattata actually popped in my head last, and it just seemed right because of Pikachu doesn't have much.
Okay. Is it my turn yet?
I think
it's your turn. I'm pretty sure.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure it's your turn now. Yes.
All right. So my pick for Cam, and I've got an explanation for it, is a Alolan Executor.
Okay.
Cam's making a weird face. So Cam is, to me, an all-around type player. He's the Mario, if you will. He's not the heavy, he's not the light, he's the all-around.
Okay.
With a Alolan Executor, you get all around.
Oh, good.
You get all the different fun flavors.
That's kind of where I was going with Rattata. So.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, I don't ever want to be described as having flavors again.
I'm sitting here like Lucario sounds great right now. I'm not
gonna
lie.
Your Lucario is knocking it out of the park right now.
Ludicolo, you're right. You're right.
You get it.
Lucario's way cooler than Ludicolo, first of all.
But first of all, I wouldn't be Lucario. That's not me.
Right.
All right. That Ludicolo, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Ludicolo tattoo coming soon.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. No. First of all,
see, to me though, for the Alolan Executor, not only do you have the grass type, which you like, but you also have a little bit of dragon in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that makes him worse.
Yeah. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. But if you look at the different faces of Alolan Executor, you've got a strong one, you've got a determined one, you've got one that is kind of along for the ride, and then you've got the goofy one on the tail.
Okay, I see where you're going here.
To me,
why not go with regular Executor?
Because it doesn't have that goofy tail.
Because regular Executor is better.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a neck that makes me laugh. And I'm not saying
My
you have a
neck
neck
makes you
that
laugh.
makes you- No.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow. That was really bad, guys. Overall, except for Phil. Phil, you get a nice A for your I would if out of those three, I think it's an easy choice to pick uh Phil's Ludicolo. Uh what I picked for myself is Lapras. Uh, one of my favorite Pokemon, obviously. Not my grass typing that I like, but I think Lapras is a Pokemon that can do lots of things, and I think I pride myself on versatility. So that's where I went.
like with the faces.
you're
Cam,
not
the faces.
you're not selling me on. You're not gonna sell me. My second pick for myself would be Venusaur because he's a grass type who can do lots and lots of different things. So, but if I have to choose, I'm gonna go with Ludicolo here. I think that was sold very well. Ludicolo can do lots of things. He's very versatile. He has his a couple things that he's really good at, but he's just a versatile all arounder kind of Pokemon. So Ludicolo.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Colo dance.
All right, let's move on from that train wreck of a of a section.
Absolutely. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial on us. They have over 180,000 titles to choose from, and you can listen on your iPhone, Android phone, Kindle, or even your MP3 player. For our listeners, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day free trial in order to give you the opportunity to check out their service. We recommend you check out Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. It's one of our favorites. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/TCP podcast. Again, that's audibletrial.com/TCP podcast for your free audiobook. And now, let's get back to the cast. All right, so I'm going to hit you guys with 3 announcements, and then we'll move on to our top 2 games of the generation so far.
All right, are we back yet?
All right, hey there, everybody. We're back. Did you like how I did that?
Yeah. I like how you did that.
Nice. So I'm going to hit you guys with 3 different game announcements, and you guys can comment on them if you want. If you don't, that's totally fine. First one we're going to start out with, launched this past week, Cube World.
Who cares?
Yay.
Okay. It's a game that I purchased the alpha for when I was back in college.
Oh
and
my
this was
gosh.
This was back when like the voxel based games were huge. Minecraft was really coming into its own. All these things. But it launched to the dismay of all of its fans. The creator sat on this game and has been quote unquote developing it for like 7 years. My man took out all the features that people enjoyed about the game.
Oh.
And literally with like the click of a button made it from fun to not fun.
That'll do it.
Rough life.
Yeah, for sure. So that's our first one, Cube World. I most likely will not be picking up the full game, even though I get it for free because I purchased the alpha.
What?
Yikes.
What they do? What? Just like an example of a feature that made it not fun.
So there's a hang glider in the game that was really cool. It was kind of like Breath of the Wild's hang glider before Breath of the Wild's hang glider. And now it blows. Now you can only fly for like 3 seconds, and it's not nearly as effective. Questing is a slog now. rather than little tiny fetch quests in order to like kind of get you from A to B into new towns and things like that, they're like the Link's Awakening trading sequence, all of them. And we all know we're not kidding ourselves. That's not fun. And then just overall, like the game's just no longer fun. Like he kind of stripped down the exploration style of the game and made it more like, no, you need to adhere to the quests.
Okay.
And we all know, like, you don't play Skyrim to play the story. You play Skyrim to go steal stuff from people
Yeah.
and to kill everyone. Like,
to become the destroyer of worlds. You're right.
It's not,
right,
Right.
not
exactly.
inaccurate. So yeah.
Exactly. So that's our first game, is Cube World. I just felt like it needed a mention because I've been waiting for it for so long, and then boom, just on Twitter, he was like, "Hey guys, it's coming out next week," and I was like, "What?" And then
Me?
it sucks, but that's okay.
Oof.
Our next game is Destiny 2. Hooray!
Hey.
Free to
For-
play Destiny.
Yeah. And the it's free to play now on Steam.
Oh.
It was on the Blizzard launcher, but now it is on Steam. They bought the rights to it.
Yep.
And it launched alongside their newest expansion. I think it's called Shadowkeep.
Yep.
And this new free-to-play version of Destiny 2 is called New Light. It's very exciting for people who, for some reason, haven't either been given Destiny for free or haven't bought it for $5 when it's on the Humble Bundle store.
Me.
I actually might try if it's up and free to try on the Xbox. I might try it just because Destiny's multiplayer is kind of amazing. Like, it's really good.
I really liked the first one for like 40 hours or so.
Yeah. And that's about what I'll give it, but
I mean,
I just want the Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
I gave the Division 120 of my hours, so I'm sure Destiny for free could get 100.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if it's free on console.
Oh,
Oh,
It's
the
free on
misery.
It's free on Steam. I will definitely look into that, and I'll tweet that out whenever we, post the podcast and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the thing. Is Destiny 2 is free to play, and all you people who, like I said, for some reason don't have it yet, go play it, I guess. You first person loot shooter people. Our last game announcement is The Last of Us 2 is going to be coming out February 21st, 2020. So 2 days before my kiddos do.
Woo!
Which means that I will not be getting it.
Wait, the game or the kid?
Oof.
Okay.
Can't turn the stork around anymore.
Man, that's right. The stork is on its way.
It's fair.
But I don't know if any of you guys have even played The Last of Us.
No.
I have.
Okay,
I heard-
Phil has.
I've heard it's amazing, but I
It's-
have not played it.
It
No.
was.
Yeah, one time through, it was what I wanted The Walking Dead to be, if that makes any sense.
Yes,
Yes,
that
that's
makes
perfect.
perfect sense.
Because The
Mhm.
Walking Dead has turned into 10 seasons of just
Slogging through regular people nonsense.
exactly.
Don't care
And
about
like
that.
The Last of Us is a drive. Like it never stops. Like there are some like serene moments, but it never ever takes you out of the experience. And it is definitely worth the money and the time to play it. So I'm very excited about The Last of Us 2.
Nice, man.
Now, with that, am I the only person that thinks it's weird that they put that out knowing that next year they're announcing and launching the PS5?
You're not alone. I'm curious as to why it's not also like
Just like a launch title, right?
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
Well, if they've already
Maybe it is a launch title.
Well,
Maybe
I hate game companies that do that though. They repackage the same game and give it back to me as if I'm supposed to be excited.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the
Keep in
Wild.
mind, Breath of the Wild was in development for the Wii U, so
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just letting you know. Like,
But then they put it out the same time. Like Breath of the Wild came out for the Switch and the Wii U at the same time.
Yes.
Correct.
Now, let me ask you this, Phil. Did you play The Last of Us on PS3 or PS4?
PS4.
See, that's what I played it on too, but it's a PS3 game.
Did it launch there first?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Like
I
2 or 3
100% didn't
years
know that.
first. Yeah.
Oh,
So
but I would not
Yeah.
want to do that to myself. I want the masterpiece. I don't want the cool
well,
guy
that's
beforehand.
why the PS4 one's called the remastered.
That's the problem
Correct.
with Last of Us for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a PlayStation.
I mean, fair. It actually came with my PS4, and I was kind of like on the fence about it. My brother-in-law, shout out to David, had played it for like, months and was on the PS3 and was like, dude, you have to play this game. So I gave it a shot and was like, I couldn't put the controller down from step one. So
It's a pretty great game. It grabs you kind of quick, and you get
Mhm.
yourself caught up in it before you realize just how much time you're about to lose.
mhm.
It's pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
My, I guess, initial problem with 2 right out the gate is that it's not that I don't care about Ellie, but I care so much more about Joel.
Yeah.
But didn't they confirm that Joel was in the second one? Didn't like the
Yes.
last trailer show Joel?
Mhm.
Yes. So, people like when the first trailer came out, people were speculating that Joel was dead
Oh, that would
because he appears in different parts of the house where Ellie is like walking around. And I kind of really like that. Like it feels almost like a Arkham Knight Joker kind of thing where like she's haunted by this ghost that just keeps showing up and keeps like driving her in her quest. But also then I'm like, I really like Joel. And it's not that I don't like Ellie, like I said, but her character was not nearly as developed as Joel's was in the first game. So
I think that you can do it both ways, if that makes any sense. Like you can have both her haunted by, him and their past, but also still have him alive. Like,
That's fair. A reason for a
for
rift,
sure.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah. So if like she ends up leaving him, she could have him like pop up in her
Right.
mind. Yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's gonna be beautiful. We know that. If God of War is any indication of their graphical capabilities, it's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the story I'm really looking forward to because I don't know where they're gonna go.
Well, it looks good. That's all I can say. It looks good.
See, I'll probably want to watch it. I don't know if I want to play it, but I do
Mhm.
definitely want to watch it for sure.
Kaiser,
Might
what
find
about you? You gonna
a
get it?
streamer?
You said what?
I said, Kaiser, you gonna get it?
Last of Us 2? Probably not.
Yeah.
I have
On Switch?
I have been taught, like, I've been juggling with the idea of purchasing PS4, but the requirements for myself would have to be that all the money goes straight to a different company, not so. So I'd have to, I would have to purchase a pre-owned PlayStation, and all of my games would have to be pre-owned in order for me to purchase them.
That makes sense. I got you.
Luckily for you, sir, that it is at the end of its life cycle, so that can happen
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, but my goal for my entire life would be to just never give Sony any of the money that
My
they
man
need.
said for his entire life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Wow.
listening to.
Yeah.
Dang, Sony can't get a
Wow.
dime.
No.
Nothing, bro. Wow.
Dang.
I can't judge you too harshly because Sony's pretty
I
pretentious.
mean, they might have to get
Yeah.
some money for this Spider-Man movie, but we'll see. Might buy Far From Home. But
I understand.
yeah,
I got you. All right. Well, our final topic for the evening is I've given a quest to these fine gentlemen. I've asked for them to come up with their top 2 games of this generation. And it was not met with grand favor. Let's just put it
It's
that way.
hard.
It
Right.
is hard. So I'll go ahead and start out with mine. That way
Okay.
you guys can have a little bit more time to think about it. And I'm cheating with one of them.
Okay.
So you guys can also cheat if you want. And I'll go with the cheat first. And it's Persona 5.
Hey, it's not a cheat if it's true.
It's
That was my definite. So
Okay.
I'm using it.
okay. So Persona 5 was a PS3 game that was ported over to the PS4. They did not do anything to it at all.
that's not next generation. Come on.
All right.
I would
These
count
are-
it.
These are my games.
Did it,
These
come
guys
out,
are-
it came at the same time, right? Those 2 dropped together? Hold on.
Yeah,
let me
they
check.
dropped together.
But if it,
Oh, then that's fine.
Yeah, that counts.
But if
That
it
counts.
dropped
counts.
for
fine.
the old gen, then it was made for the old gen, ported to the new gen. You can't do it
I
backwards.
mean-
It could have been the
Mm.
reverse, though.
It can't be.
Okay,
I mean-
well, Persona 5. Love you, buddy, but I'm going to talk about my game. Visual fidelity is an 11 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Character-driven story is an 11 out of 10.
Oh,
Stylistic gameplay, 11 out of 10. Dungeons, 11 out of 10. Just everything about this game oozes personality, oozes finesse, if you will. Just,
That-
it is,
oh
it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I've talked about it multiple times on the podcast before, and I'm going to continue talking about it on the podcast. Next game for me would be God of War.
Oh, sir.
So, sorry, Kaiser, but I'm going to talk about Sony for a few minutes.
That's fine.
I think Sony absolutely hit it out of the park with God of War. And I don't know if you guys have any interest in watching it or have watched it, but there's a documentary on YouTube called Raising Kratos, and it is about Sony Santa Monica making God of War. And it not only fills in some of the backstory of like their struggles of how they made it or how they even came to the idea of, hey, let's make another new, entry in the franchise, but kind of reboot it. But watching that made me have an even better just like grasp of the game. Once again, visually absolutely stunning. Gameplay is incredible. Story, and this might also, I mentioned this before, but it's a coming of age story about a father and a son, and I had like just had my son, my first son, so that possibly could have played a role in it as well. But man, there's nothing like playing that game, and it's got great callbacks to the old games. It's got incredible new things that are in the game, and it's just so Persona 5 and God of War are my top 2 for the generation.
Okay.
Whew. Well, sir, I definitely lost one of my games.
Sorry.
Persona 5 was mine for sure.
Well, it's not anymore.
Oh God, I can't just double down on Persona. I got to come up with a brand new one.
You can double down. It's fine.
Okay.
And these
God,
are
but I-
like your favorite games. It's not even like, this one got the most awards or this one got the most,
Oh,
anything.
Cool.
So it's not based on that. It's based on like what you think are the games of the generation. Persona
Oh.
5 didn't particularly win many awards, but
sir. Whoa, it did.
It's a pretty beloved game.
It did.
I will say that.
It
Yeah.
got its time in the sun.
I mean, yeah, but it didn't win Game of the Year or anything like that. Is what I'm saying.
Only the Breath of the Wild.
Well, and that's fair.
You
Breath of
can
the
be
Wild
mad
is-
about Breath of the Wild, but that game is great, bro.
It
It's a
is.
great game, but
It's phenomenal.
I don't know if it won't smoke with Persona like that. But that's my own personal gripe. Now, if we're going this route, then I will say Persona 5 for sure, because that is the only game that I think I've ever given over 300 hours, lost my save data, and then gave another 300 hours
Oh my god.
happily.
Jeez.
Like, it wasn't even an issue. I was like, damn, I lost all my data. All right, well, let me start at the beginning, and now I know what I'm gonna do. Like, let me go ahead and grind up here, and it wasn't even like a, oh my god, this is a miserable moment. I was like, I'm about to enjoy the mess out of this game another time. New Game Plus came around. I was like, let me go ahead and start this too. Like, oh, that's one of those games. Like, it's one of those games that you're only gonna get a couple games like that in your gaming career, and they're classics, 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 classics forever. Persona 5 is a monster. So that is for sure my number one. Like, as soon as Mackie asked this question, I was like, oh, Persona 5 for sure. What else? Like,
See,
I've
I
been
knew,
sitting
I
here
knew you're thinking too.
struggling.
I was like, Phil's gonna say Persona 5.
Oh yeah, like I've been
Oh, yeah.
struggling with game 2 the entire time because 1 was clear. I was like, oh, Persona 5, nothing even close.
Oh yeah.
But I guess I'll take it to my weirder neck of the woods, and I will say, if I'm looking at the generation, one of the games I was most excited for and most happy, and I think it exceeded my expectations, was Ni no Kuni 2. I loved it from beginning to end. It threw so many new aspects of the game at me while also looking fantastic. The story was fantastic. The music was beautiful. Um, it felt like it took its time to develop the story, and I kind of like a good story where you get into it, and the more you play, the better the characters seem.
Mm-hmm.
But they're never just like cut and paste the same guy that you thought they were the whole time. So, and this game was geared to talk about a younger king developing a new kingdom, and you get to feel it. You don't just you don't get to see him go, oh well, I was a scrub this week, and now I'm actually great. Nah, you're a scrub, and like when people are talking to you, they're like, yo, I mean, no disrespect, but you're not a king anymore, dude. You don't have a kingdom,
Dang.
and like you're like, dang, word, but we're still cool, right? And they're like, I mean, I guess you're a regular dude now. You go like people go to rob you and they're like, yo, former King Evan, why don't you just run the jewels? And I was like, whoa, dude, you know I can fight, right? Like but it was one of those things where I was like, you guys are gonna understand. And so when you finally start developing a kingdom, you're like, yeah, now you see it. And people are like, oh, you got a small little kingdom out here. And I'm like, what? Man, it's a kingdom. So you develop more and people are like, okay, cool. You're getting to be one of those guys that we can kind of depend on. And you go and do multiple impossible things. You go through and save other kingdoms, and they're like, wow, you got one of the best kingdoms that we've ever seen, dude. I would gladly, like, people are leaving, like people that love their kings are leaving their kingdoms to join you now. And it's like, yeah, I've been that guy the whole time, but you haven't. And it's really cool to experience that growth. So it was really, really, really cool. I enjoyed playing it a lot. It was a nice little, I want to say, like, revitalization of RPGs for me, because RPGs got real stale. But both of these actually were a really nice breath of fresh air, and I needed it. As a gamer, you kind of need your genre to give you something different every once in a while, and
For
this was
sure.
a good time to get them. And so these both kind of kept me into what I've always been into, and that was really, really dope. So those are my two.
Sweet.
All right. Am I going next? I guess I'm going next. So,
So
my
Kaiser, what are
first-
your games?
Call of Duty. Come on,
Just
Kaiser.
kidding. Cam, go ahead.
My first game, of course, is going to be Breath of the Wild. Just because it's a generational game. All right,
It is.
it was a phenomenon, and I know me and Mackie we had it was one of the catalysts that built this channel
Yeah.
as it is today. So it's
of the
got to
first
be up there
videos.
because it was water cooler talk like I hadn't seen since I was in grade school. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, Breath of the Wild, just because it is what it is It's a big open sandbox of adventure, and it is exactly what it is. Number two, I had to think really hard about this one, but I decided to go with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And
Okay.
it's not a game that I particularly play a whole bunch because I don't just go online and just play Smash Brothers. But it's just we've gotten to the point where a game has so many different characters from so many different franchises and we kind of take it for granted now. Like legitimately Terry Bogard, Banjo,
Hey.
Mega Man, Bayonetta, Ryu, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Mario are all in the same game. And if
Yeah.
you would have told me that game existed like 5 years ago, I would have just said you were so full of crap. Like,
And Cloud.
right, Cloud, who, what? Like, this it doesn't make any sense. Solid Snake. Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
The game doesn't make any sense, and Sakurai has spoiled us so much. And I think, like I said, I think it's something that we take for granted now. Like if no other company could even pull this off anymore because we're so spoiled by Smash Brothers that it doesn't. No crossover will be this epic. Like really, no crossover.
No
Dang.
PlayStation
None.
All Stars 2 for you?
Bro, PlayStation All Stars is trash. And I'm not saying that as a Sony hater. I've played the game. That game is garbage. Like it's so bad. It loses everything that you want from a platform fighter like that. Like it does everything wrong. Anyway, but yeah, there we go. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, what you got cooking?
I mean,
Kaiser's like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. We're good. Everybody have a good night.
ugh.
Wow.
First of all, those two games would not be
Ye-
close to the top at all.
You know I love you, buddy.
I think I put like maybe like 20 or 30 hours into Black Ops 4. Maybe. That's compared to Modern Warfare 3 from the old gen, my 34 days played. But
Oh,
34 days?
yeah, it's a little
That
bit.
hurts my soul just thinking about that.
Yeah, I was like, I played this game for over a month. I think I started that tangent. I started Modern Warfare 3 like 2 months into its life cycle, and then played it. Probably Black Ops 2 came out after it. I played probably Modern Warfare 3, its life cycle, Black Ops 2's life cycle, and like a little bit more. I still played Black Ops 2, but Modern Warfare 3 was the best. But for my favorite games of this generation, I'd have to go with, probably Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which was
Really?
yeah, everyone, like anybody you ask about Call of Duty, you ask them what the worst one was, they would say Infinite Warfare. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. It was just
I don't know, but I remember when I met you, or when I like really started talking and hanging out with you, that was the one that was the go-to for you.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
That's wild. Because anytime I have asked people, they would shoot Infinite Warfare the worst review.
I think Infinite Warfare got a bad rap because it was made by Infinity Ward,
mm-hmm.
but it was right after all the hate for the jetpack CODs like really vamped up. So they're already developing it, so they couldn't change it, so they released it.
Take that back.
And then people hated it because it was another jetpack Call of Duty. But I think they just perfected the jetpackness in it and like just really took it for all that it was.
I like that verb.
The jetpackness.
Yeah. And then
Or I guess it's an adjective. Whatever. I like that word.
yeah. But then Black Ops 3 came out. Everybody loved it because I think they just loved it because it was a Black Ops game. But I think that Infinite Warfare was a better game by far. I have more fun. Like if I want to just like blow off some steam and I don't want to like I'm tired of all the other games I'm playing right now, I'll go to Infinite Warfare. Won't even go online necessarily. Set up some bots, play against bots for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's a problem, but it's what I do.
It's part of the fun, man.
We say
Release that stress.
It's part of the fun.
that's true. And then my second game, I've only played it for a few hours so far, but Mario Maker 2.
Really?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I am surprised, sir.
Wow!
Kaiser just picked a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Wow!
I am impressed.
I try not to like, I don't want to be a hater of anything except for
That
Sony.
level you made is rough, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah, it's a hard level. But like, so I had my old roommate. He had a Wii U, and I was like, we have to get Mario Maker because I'm a big fan of Dashi. Dashi puts out a Mario Maker episode every week, and it's just astounding. And I was like, I gotta play this. I gotta be a part of this. I played it, and I don't know what it was, but I could not get to where I was enjoying it. So I don't know why that was, but that's just how it ended up. But I got Mario Maker 2 as one of the games whenever I got my Switch. I got Mario Maker 2 and Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 7. And I haven't even taken Lego Harry Potter out of the plastic. It's still wrapped up.
Nice.
Now,
I am impressed, sir.
so
This is crazy.
it's like a bifold reason. So I got Mario Maker and I thought Mario Maker 2, and I was thinking that I wasn't going to enjoy the level making, but I don't even know what it is about it. The level making is fun, which I did not expect for it to be. I was like, I'm gonna have I was like, I'm gonna have fun playing other people's levels, but I turned out having fun, maybe even more fun playing. Not even playing, but like putting a level together. I don't know what it was about it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I suck at Mario, but I like making Mario levels. So, the making part of it is like 80% of the fun.
Yeah. Like I couldn't even tell you why. I don't know if it's the music they put in the background and the way that like the music will react while you're placing items, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really enjoy that.
It's very playful.
Yeah.
See,
I
I'm just impressed, Kaiser. I 100% knew you were gonna say Rocket League. Like I knew you were gonna say Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
So for Mario Maker to slide out, I am just flabbergasted and impressed, sir. Good on you.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't played Lego Harry Potter. I really want to.
Because you're playing Mario Maker.
Well,
That's just how it is sometimes.
I think it's a bifold reason. I think I really enjoy Mario Maker a lot, and I think if I put Lego Harry Potter into my Switch, it's not going to come back out. So there's those.
That makes sense.
There's those two reasons.
Touche.
Rocket
So
League.
you have physical copies of each one.
I do.
then, huh?
Yeah.
For now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with Nintendo's games. Just because I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to do physical
all the way.
or digital only.
I just hate those little tiny cartridges, so it's digital all the way for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I'm at a nice 50-50. But I have noticed that if I'm buying an indie game to try something like really, if I think it's something that'll be really cool, I'm super happy buying it digital. But the more like produced the game is to me, the less likely I am to keep it. If that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So stuff like, let me think of say what about Mario Odyssey? I would buy Mario Odyssey, and I know like it would be physical, 100%, because I know with those type of games, I'll get bored and be like, all right, you're never gonna get played again. But something like we'll say Dead Cells, or My Time in Portia, stuff like that, I can be like, oh, you know what? While I may get drained of it for now, I know I'm gonna come back to this game, and as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, this is tight. Let me put another couple hours into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like indie games have been getting that slight nod recently. They've been rocking.
Look, I am playing Slay the Spire
If you
as
buy
we
a
speak.
game
So
that is so for the Switch, if you buy
Yeah.
a game
Indie
that is
games
onto
are
that is
king,
digital,
and I love
does
it.
does it tie it to your account, or can you have multiple accounts?
You can.
Okay, and there's no like
you can.
issue.
So it is tied. So it is tied to your account, but other accounts on the console can play the game.
Yeah.
In fact, so like for instance, are you on Phil? Are you on my Switch account? Somebody's on my Switch account.
I do have you on my
Okay, so for instance, Phil's on my Switch account. Phil, if I go onto Phil's
pretty cool.
Switch and log in, he can download and play my games, but only if I'm not playing them because my Switch is the home console.
just tight.
It works the same way with Xbox too, Kaiser.
Right. It does.
So every time
Yeah.
one of my brother-in-laws buys a digital game, the other one gets it too. They just can't play it at the same time
At the
together.
same time.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's
I want to
been...
hit you guys with a quick question real
Oh,
quick.
yeah. What you got?
What was that?
What was that?
My computer doesn't like completely crash. Jeez.
Okay, I got really nervous. You
I
said
don't
my
know what's
computer
going
doesn't, and then it got really quiet. Yeah, what's your question?
My computer is taking a beating. I don't understand what's going. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Like any application I click on, like it stops responding. So I'm just gonna keep my hands free for a second.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. So my question is, take away any of the console exclusives. Say you could purchase you could either play PC on the Switch, on the Xbox, or the PlayStation 4. Which console would you pick to be your console?
So I can have any game on any console. All games are there?
Yes.
Everybody who's
All
watching
games.
this can see that I'm holding my Switch up to the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm with Cam on the Switch. There's
You can play on the go. That's it doesn't. Nothing else matters.
That's
Nothing else matters.
the only edge. Because I know you're playing yours, Cam, but I definitely just put mine to my camera too. Like the first thing that popped in my head was Pokemon on Xbox, and I was like, that's tight, but I can't just pick my Xbox up and walk out. Like
that's the thing for me is that like I play Switch in bed a lot. In fact, arguably, my Switch is docked only for recording purposes. So, the fact that I can play anywhere, and I hardly ever take my Switch out of the house, but I have the ability to, and play it wherever I am. You know, I could get one of those games screens, you know, and bring my Xbox or PlayStation wherever I am, but then I gotta find an outlet. I gotta find, you know, all these different hookups. Whereas the Switch, you can fit it in your pocket if you got a big pocket, and then pull it out, and boom, you got yourself. What?
I get what you're laughing at. Do you?
I mean,
you need a really big pocket, but
I mean, cargo shorts. Come on, guys.
Yeah, all I'm saying. So
that's how I live.
But yeah, the fact that you get the same experience on the TV as you do in your hands, that just it A, blows my mind, and B, it's a gift
What is
I
happening?
don't even care
to my
that the
computer?
graphics are not quite as good.
I don't care either.
If I can have
If-
anything on
If
the
I could play
Switch,
Borderlands on the Borderlands
Oh.
3 on the Switch, if I could play
Oh.
Forza Horizon on the Switch, I swear to you, I would not ever even have another console. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
I mean, you're right. So,
We would have to have an Xbox for Whitney, but I would never need another console.
but I mean, if she can play anything, does she even need another Xbox?
Yes.
Oh man, really?
Yes.
Dang.
You
He's
act
like,
like
yes.
you act like you don't know Whitney. Whitney is borderline married to her Xbox.
Yeah, but if you could play your Xbox games on the Switch,
Nope.
why would you not just choose the console?
She has some aversion to the Switch. She has one. But given that her Xbox is available, she'll play the Xbox. And it doesn't matter about the games either. Like it's interesting because she tends to enjoy the Xbox games more, yes, but if the console didn't matter, she would still choose the Xbox. I just know her. So she likes the feel of the controller. She likes the way that the user interface looks. She likes knowing that it's more powerful than the Switch. She likes all these different things. It's a feel for her, and that's what she likes. So
Look, you can pull out your Xbox controller and make it work for the Switch. So
you can.
How?
Yes.
How?
So,
How?
but
Gotta plug it
she-
in.
would still choose the Xbox.
How do you get it to work?
To each their own, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd pick the Switch all day.
How do
Kaiser,
you get
what would
the,
you pick? You haven't said yet.
How do you get the Switch
I
controller?
think Kaiser's dead.
Okay.
Is it not working? Oh no way!
He's turning his mute on and off to signify that he can still hear us. But
Oh,
all right, I'm gonna say for Kaiser, he's gonna pick the Switch and he's gonna have to deal with it. So,
hey,
ladies
you're
and gentlemen,
Nintendo now.
that's right.
Whoa, wait, can you guys hear me now?
Now we can. Yes.
Oh, all of a
He
sudden
heard,
pops
he heard
back
that
in.
and was like, "Nah, let me
Nah,
get this
so,
right."
like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but there's definitely some moments when you guys are probably talking, and I'm like, "Why isn't this working?" And it's gonna be in the podcast, so I do apologize for that. I didn't realize you guys couldn't hear me, but how do you connect the Xbox controller to the Switch? Does it have to be USB?
No. The Switch will pick up any Bluetooth controller.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all aren't serious.
Huh?
Y'all are joking.
No.
No. Look it up.
For real?
Look at-
Oh man.
Look it up on the Webernets, man. It's
Why would I pay $70 for a Pro controller?
because the
Oh.
Pro
I got an
controller.
Xbox?
Pro controller
The Pro
feels great.
controllers, it feels really, really good.
Don't sleep.
You're not
Pro
gonna.
controller
You're
feels
also
great.
not gonna. You're not gonna get any of the rumble or anything like that if you
Right.
use a third-party controller.
That's fair. I don't really use Rumble. I usually turn it off.
Really?
Why? Why would you do that?
Well, like I've played shooters they had a 100% stock share in my gaming expertise for like the past 10 years, and having the Rumble playing Call of Duty, something about the shake kind of messes with your aim. Just like not for everybody, just I felt like I shot better without the Rumble on, so I've usually like in my or I used to, like on the Xbox 360 controllers, you could remove the Rumble packs.
Yeah.
So on like most of my Xbox 360 controllers, the Rumble packs were removed. It made it lighter, and then they didn't vibrate.
Now, Cam, what I'm reading on the web is that you need the 8-bit DOE adapter.
Oh well, whatever. Never mind. I lied
still,
to you.
it's usable.
8-bit what?
DO.
He's gonna buy
8-bit
this
DOE.
immediately.
It's a $20 adapter that lets you use any Bluetooth controller with the Switch as long as it's in docked mode.
Oh. Yeah, I just buy the Pro controller. There's no reason for that.
I mean, yeah, the Pro Controller is going to be better for what you're using it for, anyways, on the Switch.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will take USB controllers though. That's
promise
you,
you're correct.
I can promise you, Kaiser. I have the Elite controller for the Xbox, and while I love it a lot, this Pro controller feels good, dude. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I got rid of my regular Joy Cons after I got my Pro controller, and I just waited till these Horis came out, and I got those, cause that Pro controller feels like something different.
Dang.
It's a different beast.
It is something different. It's
I,
excellent. Like
I
it
was looking
really
at my
does feel
Joy
great.
Cons kind of ugly. Like I was like, you guys are trash. You get on my face with this nonsense. Like this. And what's funny is somebody actually told me, they were like, once you get a Pro controller, you're not gonna want those Joy Cons. And I was like, nah, dude, nah, I like my Joy Cons. Nah.
Mm.
The problem with the Joy-Cons is like the lack of three-dimensional like grip on it. Like you can't, like it doesn't have that natural round like back that I need.
It's not
I'm used to.
ergonomic. Yeah.
Yeah. But if I had to pick a console, dang, if we could do some like routing to where we can get the Xbox OS onto the Switch, I'd pick the Switch.
I mean, you probably could.
You could probably break it.
Yeah, you could probably jailbreak it.
I would do that just because like the UI of the Xbox One is the best UI I've experienced in anything. Switch is great.
Switch
But as
is
far as-
okay. It's a little plain.
Yeah, like it's like you have your
Not a
your
little.
tiles.
It's very
It's
plain.
plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no like way to get to your friends list. You got to go through like it's like 4 or 5 clicks.
See, my only problem with the Xbox interface is that every time I get used to it, they change it.
Yeah, but it's still similar enough. But like they're always like consistent with the tiles.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tabs at the top. You can go from like your games to social to store to what have you. But yeah,
That's fair.
I'd pick Xbox OS on the Nintendo Switch because, like you guys said, take it where you want to go.
Yeah.
I'll sit on my couch that is right in front of the TV with it in my handheld mode.
Yeah.
Just because I couldn't tell you the reason why. I like it though.
Sometimes this
Look.
feels right.
Right. And sometimes you just want to play a handheld.
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels good. All right. I think we've already gone way too long on this podcast.
Alrighty. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been the Cricket Party. Be sure to follow us at the Cricket Party on Twitter. Do us a favor and rate the podcast as well for us. That would help us greatly. Be sure to check out the video cast on YouTube and all of our fun, fresh content. We just dropped a new 2 Hots with Cam's brother Brady.
Hey.
It's
And it is
hilarious.
Hilarious, absolutely. As
Oh, yeah.
well as a new format of What's Happening Wednesday. So be sure to go check those out. This is your host, Mackie.
This is Cam.
And Phil.
And Kaiser.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
See you later.
All right.